in our country now, ecocide has been written into law.
Yeah, is that right?
So nature has a legal, let's say, personality.
I didn't know that.
But it's a proposal by one of our ministers to have ecocide
Yeah.
as part of the criminal law.
Interesting, because I debated the woman who invented the concept of ecocide in Norway. There was a meeting there, and I felt that there was only a matter of time before this idiocy will become, realized.
Why is it idiotic, Professor? Because I think a lot of people don't know what it's all about. Could you maybe explain it in simple terms? What is ecocide and why is it a good or a bad idea?
Well, laws are interesting because laws are not just simply about telling you what to do and what you cannot do. There's what we call in English an expressive dimension to it. So the laws send a message.
Yes.
That's the most important thing in relation to ecocide. It sends out a message, that when you basically, pull up a plant, then the violence you do to that plant is very similar if I hit a child. There's an attempt to basically dehumanize our existence. So the boundary between a human being and nature becomes entirely eroded, and that has got important propagandistic value. Because aside from the environmental issues, it lowers our moral standing as human individuals. But it's also, obviously, the potential of that means that if you begin to pass laws which criminalizes human behavior, then it basically creates a much more totalitarian political settings where behavior comes under tremendous amount of control. And it reaches tremendous depths now.
Yeah.
Just to give you an example of how bad things are, my wife wants to do a PhD, and her dissertation topic is to look at the difference between human beings and animals. She wants to be able to show, she wants to understand, sort of in what way we're different, and our moral concepts, how, in what way is that different than how animals behave. And she cannot find a single supervisor in philosophy in Britain, because most philosophers are either too scared to go down that road, or alternatively they believe that there is no distinction between humans and animals, and that my wife is what they call a speciesist for arguing that. So when you get to this,
God is really dead.
God is really dead, and this kind of powerful sense of stupidity has gained intellectual standing amongst philosophers.